Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's BIT virtual live transmission masterclass on Basic of the PCI. My kind regards to all of the attendees, despite your busy schedule, who have made time to attend this exciting webinar. In the webinar, there will be a roundtable discussion and question session. Please put your question in the chat box. Today's BIT endeavor is mainly focusing on Basic of the PCI, especially designed for the rising interventional cardiologists that allow them to learn practical aspects of the PCI. Hope today's marvelous group of panelists and ex-team operator will discuss all of the relevant issues regarding the case that will be held to enhance the basic skill of the participant. My special thanks to all the inter-participant experts. I would like to introduce today's legend operator, Dr. Momenuzzaman, Chief Consultant and United Hospital and Course Co-Director of the BIT. So my regards to all of the expert panelists, Professor Soed Ali Hassan, possibly he will join very soon, Dr. Muhammad Maximul Haq, and he will be from the he will be from the Ibrahim Cardiac Hospital, and Fazilullah Malik from the Heart Foundation, he is the Chief Consultant, and Mir Jamaluddin, he is the Director of the NACBD, everyone knows him, Shams Munir Apollo, and Adut Chaudhary, and Khaled Mohsin, and Kaisar Nasrullah Khan from the United Hospital. So, last but not the least, I acknowledge the contribution of the Medtronic, International, Beximco Pharma, and also the United Hospital for supporting us to make this event. Now, Momenuzzaman bhai, if yes, all the experts allow me, then I can request Fazila. Can I request Momenuzzaman to start his case? Momenuzzaman?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. It's really it's a good gathering, especially the esteemed panelists, Dr. Fazila, Maximul Haq, Ali Hassan, Kaisar Nasrullah, Mir Jamal, all the legendary cardiologists of this country. And this program is just for the fellows, not for the expert. We just give them some overview of actually what we are doing in our practical day-to-day life. After doing lot of cases, we are now reached to a level of expertise, but focus is what I have learned. I want to descend it to my descendants so that they will not feel any trouble in their life. So this program is just for the fellows. What we are doing here in Cath Lab, if it can add the fellows of 10%, that will be the success of us, that at least he can top up his own skillness, our contribution for this intervention cardiology in Bangladesh. So I will just show two cases. One is the diagnostic one, another one is the angioplasty. Simple. Diagnostic, the part, I will discuss these things later on, how we actually do the cases in Cath Lab, the Cath Lab activities. Here the patient was prepared. We actually, as an operator, enter in the lab and almost ready to start. Here also the situation is like this. Can you focus? Sir? Can you focus here?
You are on the radial, that's right? Okay,
yeah, radial. Here in my hospital, almost 99% cases are being done by radial access. You see, up. I mean, এটা দেখাবো। No, দেখা যাচ্ছে না, radial এখানে।
Okay.
So this is right radial, and this puncture was been done outside. I will show it later on because of the bulk of the work. I personally prefer to do the puncture side outside the lab. They are my junior, especially the specialists. They do all this puncture business and keep the patient. I'll show it to you. So the patient here is ready for diagnostic angiogram. Took one syringe full of water and a dilator. Why? Because the puncture was done outside, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Heparin was not given, just flush was given. So, just to give the cocktail, I take this one to avoid to touch the sheath. Just insert here to see any flashback. If nothing is there, you see, means that blood is coming. If there is any problem, means that clot, then we discard this, take another syringe to remove the clot if at all. So after that, I will start my job. This is the tiger catheter.
No, Momenuzzaman, can I ask something? Because you were doing the sheet that we'll see later on in the outside, but you are not giving any kind of the heparin or like that. So
no, just flush.
Flush you have given the flush, but
heparinized flush.
What I have seen that you have introduced the dilator along with the syringe line. But why not discarding the first one? Why not discarding the first portion of the flush?
That's a good question. Good question. Yeah, you see, you have seen it. Huh?
I have seen it.
You see here. You see, once it is in, you see, blood is coming. Means that the vessel.
I understand.
The sheath is.
I understand, but there is a micro clot. Yeah. What is the problem to discard the flush?
Yeah, that you can do. But if there is any slow return of this, then there is a question. Okay. Yes, you can do. There is a extra precaution you can take.
If somebody is doing that, that is not that bad.
And you can avoid to touch the side arm because it has been beaten and washed. So if it can just mix in your gloves, then can it irritate. So just to avoid this, I use this dilator. Just touch it. And this is the tiger catheter with 3/5 J wire, the Teflon coated J wire. This is unique for the radial. You see? I'll show you. Show me. The radial. You see? Go. You see? It's going nicely. Show the fluoro. Show the fluoro. Camera up to the fluoro.
D. A D M M I N admin O admin ICT ICT.
Okay. Go. So now this is the catheter. So it has gone to descending aorta. If you pull little bit down up and rotate little, then it will come to the ascending aorta. Then push it. Go to up to the right coronary sinus. Then flush it little bit. Connect it with the pressure transducer. Then again deaerate, fill up with a dye and check the pressure. This is mandatory in a sense. The pressure is okay. Now it is ready. The catheter itself is also filled with dye. That's why the catheter is seeing much better. Now you can go either right or left. You see, I am probably at the ostium of the left main because of its movement. Once it is there, little bit clockwise rotation so that it will not disengage while pushing the dye. You see? Come on. Take the RAO. This is not coaxial. So little bit rotate it. Now it is coaxial. Okay? Now if you give dye, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take another 3 seconds for cine. Dye 3 to 4 seconds. Another 3 to 4 seconds for cine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Means that first take the fluoro first. First part is okay. You'll have to take a long, at least it will show the means that capillary phase. So this is epicranial. For the LAD mid and distal, go to elevocranial. Elevocranial. If you take elevocranial, the distal mid LAD will be more perfect. You can take also epicaudal with little RAO cannulation to see the part of the LAD and also circumflex and wave. So this is all about the left side. Come to epi view, little bit RAO. Disengage from the ostium and push it little down in the right sinus. You see, probably it is at the ostium of the, it is selectively in the conal branch. So here you should not push it because conal branch injection may initiate malignant arrhythmia. So unfortunately, this is a 46 years old guy is having got stable angina, having severe triple vessel disease. So LO, then epicranial, take RAO view to see the mid segment of disengaged. So again I remove it. Okay, this is
I think
done.
it's okay.
So
This is okay. I think it's okay.
I think then diagnostic part is open. Now the next part is just remove the sheath, remove the catheter with the same diagnostic wire, 3-5 wire, then just pull it slowly so that it will not produce any spasm to the
Okay, thank
radial
you.
artery.
Thank you very much.
This is all
Fazila,
about.
this is a simple diagnostic angiogram. Do you have add any tips or tricks, or you are agree with the Momenuzzaman, or would you add any comment for the fellows especially?
So coronary angiogram is obviously the bread and butter for every interventional cardiologist, and this is what interventional cardiologist fellow starts doing. So doing a proper job of a coronary angiogram is of paramount importance, and we were very lucky that we had one of the greatest masters demonstrate beautifully how a coronary angiogram needs to be done through the radial route, and he made it so easy for us. So he gave us a lot of learning tips, and I think this should be a source of learning for most of our fellows. One question I had is that Professor Momenuzzaman gives his does the cannulation of the radial artery before the patient enters the cath lab. Now my concern is that we know that chances of radial artery getting occluded is very high. And also a radial artery is very prone to spasm, especially if the patient is anxious, and all spasms can happen more easily. So my question is, he just gives Hepsol at the outside the cath lab. Why doesn't he give the whole heparin as well as his cocktail outside the cath lab?
That's a good question. Fazila, actually, the duration, time spent between the puncture and the procedure, sometime half an hour, sometime more than this. So if we give cocktail outside, the effect of that cocktail may not be persist once the patient in the cath lab. What actually I do, with the flush with the heparinized solution outside, and then when the patient bring back to the cath lab table, then we used to give the cocktail, and we never felt any sort of what's also called a spasm or anything during procedure, or even very rarely I found there is some clot in the sheath. In that case, I can easily find it out, because while giving the cocktail, there will be no black flushing of the blood. That indicate that there's something wrong. There may be some blockage in the sheath. So that cases usually meticulously remove the clot and give the cocktail.
I am 100% is with the Fazila, because if you give some kind of heparin, 1000 unit of heparin outside, or you give the cocktail, what's the problem? Give the outside, and you can repeat it inside also. What is the problem? There is no problem. Logically, there should be a problem. I am agree with Fazila. So what you are doing, you are absolutely right. That is your practical, but scientifically, we are a little bit afraid about the spasm. We are a little bit afraid about the clot. So apprehension will be there. So why not we push the heparin, and why not we give the cocktail in outside? Maybe half the cocktail, maybe the 1,000 or 500 ml, 500 international unit of the heparin. What is harm for that?
Yeah, basically two things. One is the clot. The protector is the heparin, and spasm protector is the verapamil. So if you do anticoagulate that at the right after the puncture, you can prevent the clot formation. That actually you do. But as the patient may not immediately be prepared for angio, he may need another half an hour or so. So if you give that cocktail outside, then the effect of the cocktail may not be in the cath lab. Moreover, it has got some verapamil, that is a cardiodepressant. Some patient with poor LV function, if you give the double dose, may interfere. This is my feeling. But as there is a time span of more than half an hour, most of the cases, usually we prefer to give cocktail within the lab.
As the time is more relapsing, that's why we are concerned about looking at the heparin. Either we give the cocktail or not. Why not giving the heparin 1,000 international or 500?
Yeah, we give flush. We give flushing. Sheath, not the dose of heparin.
I failed to convince him. I failed to convince him.
No, this practice works well for Professor Momenuzzaman, and that's why he's practicing. My concern was also about the thrombus,
yes,
but he makes sure that he pulls it out with his introducer.
Yes.
So, yes. And actually, how much time do you actually save by having the excess outside of the cath lab? I mean, is it a substantial amount of time that you save?
Maybe some cases it is more than half an hour. Some cases maybe an hour.
No.
Like you can just bring in the patient, take him out, and the next patient comes. Otherwise, yes. But it takes time for you to prep the place, right? Because the artery has been cannulated, but you have to again, when he places his hand in the cath lab, again that part is sterilized, then draped and all. So that takes less time.
Yeah, I will show at the puncture side. I will show outside. I make a video clip for that. Basically, it is because the managing the time. If you have got 10-15 cases at Fazila's hospital, with a number of cases, 60-70 cases, if you can pile it up, you will see each case will take only 2 minutes in lab.
Right.
Only 2 to 3 minutes in lab. You can quickly make the lab table free to shift the patient again. I am not telling that this is, you should practice everybody. No. This is one way we can proceed. Yeah. And 10 cases you will take only, I do believe, half an hour to 45 minutes. 10 diagnostic. So in a busy hospital, you can practice these things. And for the fellow, this is not that that they should do the same thing what I am doing. I am telling, if it add your skillness top up or 10%, you should practice it because it will enrich your knowledge. And I think those also, the busy hospital like Heart Foundation or Bardem, they can also manage the time by doing this procedure.
Okay, this is my also field. In NICVD. NICVD huge number of.
Yeah, sorry, NICVD is my current. Yeah, I think the video part that in between, I'll show you. You see, here is the patient sitting, having a cannula in hand, seeing television, some are reading book, relaxing. So these are the place where the patient usually stay before, and this is the preparation of the patient. Here is a separate monitor attached bed, preparing the arm for puncture. And interestingly, the puncture part actually been done by my specialist and anybody interested who are on duty, moving around, have a look in the cath lab. Oh, somebody is doing, okay, make a puncture. Also, their own interest, they used to do it and help me. So after proper preparation of the arm, you see, they're doing so, because it is because of the demonstration, they're doing very slowly, but practically they don't
No,
do
it
so
should be slow, no problem. It should not be so fast.
You see, and many a time the operator says the hand will be hyperextended. There should be a pillow or a smallie behind the wrist. Very simple way. Just wash it, keep it on the table. These are the side table has got all the materials available for. This is the puncture. This is the local anesthesia.
Who is doing the puncture? You are doing the puncture or somebody else?
No. As I said, no, the puncture part is to me is very helpful for my junior. They used to do it duty on. We have got 3 specialists on duty in the every day. One for cath lab, one for 24 hours, one for CCU ICU. So anytime they used to come to visit cath lab for tea or anything, if they feel that the patient is waiting for cannulation, okay, they help me in a way that actually they usually do it.
That may not be your patient, no? This is
Which one?
Venula. Painful.
Huh.
This is a painful.
No, it is painful. This is painful. You may not access it in the first peak. You see, once the blood is coming, then sorry. Many people don't prefer to nick with a blade, but you can also do it without nicking it because of the very narrow of the sheath. So puncture is done, and here only they give the heparin flush. And if the heparin fluid is inside the sheath, there is a little chance of thrombus there. So after that, the patient will be sitting here in the couch. And one after another, the patient will be shifted from one cath lab to another cath lab. This part actually I want to show for the fellows how to make hemostasis. Just press the radial artery, remove the sheath, and keep it for at least 5 to 10 minutes, so that there will be no bleeding from the sheath.
So I think so. The first portion of the blood should be evacuated. No, this is not done. So first portion of the blood,
Yes.
if you not few ml, 1 cc or half cc blood should be.
You mean you are telling that the blood should be
Yes,
free flow?
Exactly. I think so. He's done it very quickly. That's why. But usually they should do it.
And this is a small roll of gauze giving over the parallel the radial artery, and it will not encircle the hole, keeping a little space, make a crisscross. Okay. So focus it. This is just maybe if I would be there, there is something more can be done here for hemostasis. You may not need to give 3-4 strip. 2 is enough crisscrossly.
So
this is the second patient, just
Okay,
preparing for PTCA.
Okay,
As I
that's
said,
fine. But
I'll show one PTCA and one CAG.
okay, that's fine. We will see the PTCA or PTCA. That's
These
fine.
are,
But-
you see the preparation.
Okay,
They're doing
okay,
the preparation
okay.
of the patient.
So my question is that usually in the radial puncture,
Yeah.
after giving the wire, we usually confirm that whether in the right position by fluoro. But here we are puncturing that without fluoro outside. You are doing the puncture outside the fluoro. That's important.
If you see the flow of the blood is enough to prove that it is within the lumen. And secondly, if you push the wire, any resistance, it indicates it is not in the true lumen. So
that's right. I understand. I am 100% convincing with your protocol that you are doing the procedure of the puncture of the radial artery outside the cath lab, and it will not only save the time, but it also relax the operator, because sometimes inside the cath lab there may be patients afraid by seeing the monitor, by seeing the fluoro machine, and by seeing all the 10 or 20 people, and there may be radial spasm also, and that may be difficult to puncture in the radial artery, and so the operator may be exhausted for that. So this procedure maybe relax the operator also and concentrate the operator only on the procedure. Fazila, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
It's a great idea, and especially where a senior operator needs to do the angiogram. Now, for NICVD Heart Foundation and also for DAB Cardiac Center, one thing is that we have lots of in-training doctors, junior doctors, right? And actually, they want to learn from scratch. So I think in this kind of training, busy training hospital, for us, maybe this is not the number one choice, right? Because the junior doctor wants to do it from scratch, and he will want to, clean the thing, drape it, do it. And that actually does take time, but that is part of training. They learn step by step, and someone is there to supervise them. Professor Momenuzzaman, who has every minute counts, and can do 10 angiograms in 45 minutes, that's a great thing for him. I think, and I would love to have someone, puncture, and I just go and sort of do the rest of the work. So this works for, I think, someone like Professor Momenuzzaman, but for in-training doctors, they would want to start from scratch.
No, absolutely, you are right. But this, I only say 10% of whole game, because puncture, my 3 lab, 2 other specialists, they are doing the case on other lab. So not that all the cases,
right?
But definitely,
so
I used to be.
I understand. I totally understand where you're coming from. I mean, this is something that you taught us. That's something that we can have in mind. That okay, this is also a thing. You can have the puncture done outside, and then you come in, and then you do the procedure. Saves time. So thank you for showing us this.
No, my junior, they are very much interested, because it was a warning for them that if you do puncture, then you will be allowed to do cases inside. So they have got the interest to do all this. But here also, because of the number, they don't quarrel with each other, because the patient is waiting for angiogram, somebody is moving around. Oh, patient is in the table. They used to do and finish the case and say, okay, done. Then what I used to do, I go there and see the views and say, okay, done. Then remove the patient. That part definitely I do for every patient. Anyway, this is another patient. Why this? Oh, this is another patient. This is about PTC. Can you show the history of the patient? Meanwhile, I am doing. Okay. Oh, there is effort angina for 3 months, hypertensive diabetes. Next, and echo is normal, and yes, so actually angiogram shows triple vessel disease. LAD has got 2 lesions, mid segment and the distal, and RCA has got proximal lesion. Because of the disease of the LAD in the disc, so for not to go for CABG, rather go for angioplasty, because you see there is a very big LAD covering almost whole the apex up to the posterior interventricular septum. So it's a big. So if you can open it by angioplasty, it would be much better then. And RCA is the proximal disease, and also disease in the distal part. My plan is to put a stent in the RCA, one in the LAD and one in the LAD distal. So this is, as usual, the puncture done outside, but I want to change the sheath because of.
What is the age of the patient?
He is 43 years old.
Very young.
Does he have any comorbidities?
He is a diabetic patient. He is diabetic, hypertensive. Here also, I will just change this. The sheath is. Oh, sorry. Give me. Okay. So I will change it with a 6 and 7 by putting a wire inside. Before that, I just check it. I'm feeling a little bit. Okay. Change it with a 6 and 7. If any case I need any assistance for dual balloon or anything, it will be easy with 6 and 7. And then I will give the cocktail. This is the cocktail. Yeah, just a small tips. Many a time you will
Dr.
see.
Fazila, you don't concerned about the puncture outside, that usually radial puncture recommended that it has to be done under the guidance of the fluoro. You are not concerned about that?
I think experts are doing it, and as Professor Momenuzzaman has said, that they make sure that if there is any resistance, they don't force themselves. And so normally, yes, fluoro guided would be the ideal, but it seems to work very well for Professor Momenuzzaman, and I'm happy to see that.
Not really Momenuzzaman. He is not doing the puncture. Puncture is doing by the
puncture has been done by the junior.
No, I understand that. I understand that the puncture is being done by the junior, but these juniors are great experts, and they are not having any problems. So it's working for them. So that's what I meant.
So we can say that is a team effort. Okay.
Team effort. Here also one thing, because it's like a Tom and Jerry type. I tell it start Tom and Jerry. Reason is this: that the patient will be shifted from the lab to the 6th floor. The lift will be ready, the bed will be ready there, and quickly he will come back with the trolley so that the next patient can be shifted. So if anybody in this chain make a little delay, then total system will be delay. So there will be a good synchronization among all people working in the procedure as a teamwork. My part is, as I said, my part is only 10%, but 90% is job done by all other people.
Very impressive. We need to see yes, very impressed by your teamwork. It's good.
That is most important.
Actually, teamwork is so important.
Important.
It's very important. Every second counts. Everything matters. Yes.
Here, this, as I said, this is a PTCA 6 and 7. I take that multi-purpose 5 flange in the 6th. The reason it is a 7 flange guiding catheter, and here also the J wire C5. The technique of these things is just hold this in a mass all together. Then just I'm not feeling any difficulties while passing. Even then, I'll see it under fluoroscopy, actually where it is. So, yeah, you see, now they're holding these two together. Show me. No. Sometimes it is difficult to push. Here also going to descending aorta. You don't mind for that. Then once it is there, little bit remove the wire. Then or ask the patient to take a deep breath. Lamba Shashtan. Yeah, take deep breath. It will go into the descending aorta. I'm feeling little bit resistance. Hold on. Maybe because of the this is your now remove this, allow free flow of the blood, connect with the two hip burst, deaerate with it, then fill with a dye, take the pressure. Up to this, without fluoroscopic guide, you can do it. Now it is a time for hooking. Check. Okay, happy. Yeah, check. Okay, it was not very difficult to.
This is EBU guide catheter or XP?
EBU guide catheter, 7 French. So you are looking, seeing the epicranial, very simple, straightforward, discrete, almost discrete lesion in the mid LAD, and also the apex. So what I'll do, I'll take a regular BMW wire. This is BMW wire. How to open it? How to open it? Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Yeah. Here is a small block. Remove this one. Then this part is hardened. You see it's small. So remove this hard part. Then all the way you can disengage from the tube. The shaping of the wire, many people do it with the use of introducing with the
needle,
introducing needle, but I prefer it to do with a small needle, like that, because it is, to me, it is more controllable than that one. I think this is enough, and the curve should be less than the diameter of the vessel. So now, and it should be done outside. Okay. Now you can introduce with the 2 burst. Then you take a low caudal view to selectively cannulate to wire it into LAD. Tight the 2 burst very tightly once, not that repeatedly, one or twice, once, and here you don't need to rotate the wire too much. Just here is the inside the septal, outside the diagonal. So where there is a diagonal, little bit. Here there is no vessel, but I want to go up to the tip. So here I will take caudal. And I want to go to Spiri. This is the place where actually I want the wiring done. Be gentle. Don't do too much of rotation of the torquer. Take a cine after placing the wire. You can do a little bit reposition the wire because it has gone one of the points of the. So here I think, yeah. Now what balloon you take? You can have a small balloon because at the apex I want to put one stent there. So I'll take a 2 into, no, regular.
No, you would like to put a stent in the distality? No.
Yeah, you see there is a big vessel. And vessel size not less than 2.5 millimeter.
Stent in the distal?
Stent, yes. I'll show. Let me see. I'm not sure. My plan is this. Maybe I may not. I'll just balloon dilate first. Prepare
Now,
the
let
field.
me ask Fazila. Fazila, what should be your plan? And you will treat, you will balloon dilate and putting the stent in your mind, or you will not keeping in mind.
I have
Or
a bit of concern about the distal left main. So I want to take more views of the distal left main because that looks like slightly tapered. And obviously the ostia of the LCX, it's a very narrow caliber vessel, but it's diseased. So I think maybe imaging could give a better idea of what amount of disease is present in the distal left main. First, I would like to take a couple of shots, orthogonal views to make sure that the distal left main isn't tapered because the view that I saw, it looked a bit tapered to me. So any suggestions about that, Momenuzzaman?
Yeah.
I'm just seeing on the
Little bit.
screen,
Yes, there is little plaque there.
in the distal
I
left main,
also
right?
agreed. I also agreed. But it looked like it's not that severe or need any intervention.
but definitely, what Fazila says that, and Momenuzzaman says that definitely there is a plaque. Sometimes plaque shows angiographically not significant, but in real life may be significant. So definitely imaging will be the important modalities. But as the angiographically he seems that it's not.
Slowly
He
here in
has
the
no plan for
apex.
do that. So he wants to make the thing simple, very simple. I think so. But I am concerned about the LED. So I will the last person to put any stent in the distal LED.
Yeah, I may be also. Let me see after balloon dilation how it
So,
look like.
another option could be drug-eluting balloon. You know,
Distality.
it's
Yes,
a very
quickly.
narrow
Let me
caliber
see
vessel,
after
a
balloon
very
dilatation.
gentle balloon dilatation, and after balloon dilatation, you could put use a 2 millimeter drug-eluting balloon there.
So
That would if there's no dissection.
10, 12, 14. There's a 2 millimeter balloon. You can go up to 14. No harm. Negative. Huh? Achha, after initial balloon dilatation, let me see what look like in the proximal and also distal.
So, what's his ejection fraction? Seems good.
Is the normal ejection fraction, no regional wall motion. Go to caudal. Yes, now you can see how big it's almost like
give
PD.
some GTN, I think so first.
Yeah.
And for all fellows who are starting their career, before you do a PCI, go through the papers, please. You know, what blood group does the patient have? What is his ejection fraction? What is his serum creatinine?
Yeah,
What are the
everybody
electrolytes
should.
today? What is his blood sugar status? What is his total count? You know, everything. Go through that and then start the procedure.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that is another part of the job. That should be checklist to see all detailed. This is the last part of that angiographic drama. The first part is to
what
check. Yeah.
I am also saying that in the distal left main and the bifurcation, it seems to be tight. Without
Distal
left main and the ostium of the both LED and LCX seems to be tight.
LCX ostium, I agree.
LED seems to be tight. So without clarifying this, it may not be good to put a stent in the distality. That is also my concern. So did you ask the patient for imaging?
No.
And you should keep in mind that this kind of the case should be done under the imaging.
Image guided. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I would like to do imaging.
No, sir. You see, the distal LED is much bigger. It is almost 2.5 millimeter vessel.
Yes.
What do you think?
The thing is, can you see the dye sort of sticking there, just distal, just after the ostia? It sort of hangs there. So, I mean, I would be interested to have a look in this part.
Okay, hello, caudal. Let me see. Hello, caudal.
Your lab is, IBUS is ready?
I can do it. I don't know. I was there, but LED left main is big. So that may be look like a disproportion.
No, that's fine. But if you can see the ostium of the LED, we'll be happy for that. We don't bother about the LCA.
But actually, since this is a simple case, He
I
wants to
think,
focus
see,
on the PCI steps today.
no. I can do IVAS right now, no problem. But it was not my plan to do anything
Okay,
for them.
then go ahead. Then go
Uh,
ahead. We understand. Then go
And,
ahead.
and another rule of the thumb:
I'll
never
prepare.
ever be influenced by the panelists. This I have
Go,
learned,
go, go,
at my. So
go,
whatever the panelists say, I just go on doing whatever I want to do.
go.
That is for my
10,
own
12,
peace
14.
of mind. Don't
That's a
listen
good
to
part.
us.
At
Let
least
it
you will not
stop.
be
Let it
biased with the
stop.
operator.
You go ahead and
With
do
the
what you have
panelists.
planned.
So
That's how
finish
you
the
should
case.
do it.
Finish the case. What you haven't planned initially, and
Yeah,
finish
do that.
Yeah, my plan is I put a stent
Do
in
that.
the
and
LED
proximal.
distal
So go ahead. Don't be biased.
and proximal
Okay, that's
and
fine.
RCA.
Go ahead.
If 2.25,
Exactly. Same kind of the philosophy was given by the
Right.
Ellen Kibrier to the Thomas Crusade. When Thomas Crusade goes to the live case, Ellen Kibrier told me that, Thomas, whatever the discussion
Wisdom,
comes from the
2.25.
audience, don't follow that. Follow what you want to do that. So yes, sir.
You'll be
Yeah,
puzzled, no? Many men, many
Yes.
opinion.
So
You'll be puzzled.
you go your own way.
Yeah, I already decided I'm going to put.
do that. I mean,
I'm
we're
going to
sitting here
put
for
one
discussion
stent.
and to point out, stuff. So we're doing our
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
and you
good.
do your stuff. That's how life
Yeah.
will go.
Now, Fazila, thank you very much. Maybe in other way, you can check the left main
No.
by IVAS.
No.
But as
No,
it was my plan,
no need.
Don't
You have
change your plan. Don't change your plan.
no, sir. And you have you have a large experience. You are doing a lot of the case with angiogram. You go ahead, and patient fine. Finish the case.
Okay, so I am taking one resolute integrity 2.2522 for
distal.
Distal one. Here, always give some fluid. Is a lubricant. Can you just make it the head? My assistant will hold the wire, and I'll proceed to push the stain. It is preferable to push the stent device in a single breath up to the target place instead of staying in the middle of the journey. It will be easy. Okay. Now, so check it.
We have 7 minutes.
You need ready.
We have 7 minutes.
7 minutes. So I'll take another. Okay, go. 2, 3, 4.
Fazila, what is your choice of the wire for the beginner? That's important.
Run through. I mean, my work run through or Sion blue. Nowadays, I'm using a lot of Sion blue.
Sion blue, okay. For me also like that. That's what source wires, either BMW or run through or Sion blue. But for the fellows, what I would like to say that you must know about all the wires, because you may not be working with the experienced technician. Even you are working, you have to know it, because sometimes in a center where there is an expert operator, maybe
give me another stand.
Maybe they will give the CTOR to you, because I have such kind of experience in the center where the experience operator was there. They are giving me the CT wire for the doing of the simple type.
You see the distal RC LED? Do you appreciate the LED size?
Yes, I appreciate, but I am concerned with the initial stenosis in the future long term.
Restenosis. Yeah, 2.25. I'll redilate with a 2.5 balloon. Before that, I'll just put one stent to the proximal LED, covering the. I think I'll take a little bigger size stent to cover the proximal part.
You are putting from the proximal dilatation to the distal.
Yeah, to the distal one. Maybe 30 will be enough.
Yes, 30 will be enough. 30.
Before that, I make sure that I'll dilate it with 2.5 balloon.
With the distal one.
The proximal lesion preparation. I'll take a safe cut because I'm seeing a little bit of calcium there. NC balloon.
It
Okay,
is better.
I'll take it.
Why
No,
safeguard? Why not a simple NC balloon? Why
NC
a
balloon. NC
safeguard?
balloon. Yeah, Afzal said NC balloon. 2.5. Okay. It look not for instant dilatation. It is because of the proximal dilatation. It looked like little bit of calcium.
No,
That's why.
not really. This is, I think so. This NC is good
Okay.
enough. Dilated.
NC Europa.
Ojula,
Yes.
do you think the pre-dilatation of this need some special balloon like cutting balloon or?
Oh, no. If
balloon?
if you take the NC Scoreflex, it will dilate the vessel in a much lower pressure than the conventional balloon. If the conventional balloon take 10, this Scoreflex will take only 6, 7.
Okay, I understand, but the conventional balloon that is available in your cath lab
10, 12,
and
14.
most of the it can be.
Scoreflex is same. Scoreflex is not much even expensive. It is like normal balloon, negative, but non-compliant balloon. It is a compliant balloon. So you need to dilate the proximal part, little bit of.
I have seen the Kaiser. Kaiser, do you have any comment for that? I have seen the Kaiser. Kaiser?
Negative.
Everybody is doing the cap procedure, I think.
Kaiser is on the
another cath lab.
He is
CTO?
Yeah, no. Sir,
go.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. And good afternoon to all. It's a wonderful thing to see that Momenuzzaman sir and BIT sponsoring a primary basic course for fellows. Really appreciate. And I was muted, sir. I was here, but I was muted. I agree. I agree that in left main lesion preparation is very important. So if there is a stent malapposition, it might come back as SAT, which could be fatal for the patient. So non-compliant balloon, Scoreflex, whatever you feel comfortable.
Here you can take the measurement.
It should be well prepared. That's my point.
I think 30 will be enough. What do you think? I want to cover. I want to cover the proximal ectatic segment up to this. So this is 12 millimeter balloon. If I take another, I think 13 will be. Go 16, 12, 13, 313 negative.
330. 30. Yes, not 13. 30.
30. Anyway, for this patient, this is not the final treatment what we are giving now with angioplasty. At the age of 43, he is having triple vessel disease. He will come again with a restenosis, new lesion. So at least buying some time for the CAPG.
No, understand that's why I am reluctant to put any stent in the distality, because if this patient coming with instant stenosis of the distal of the LAD, then your lifeline is gone. So what is the necessity to do that is my concern.
That is the reason I avoided for CABG. Because of the lesion there, surgeon, even if would put a stent, even if they put a graft, it will close.
It is 30?
30, I don't know. 30 will be short, or I think it will be okay.
No, you can go down little
bit. I have got option. In that case, I will fix the proximal one. Come to a caudal.
No, proximal you can go beyond a little bit.
Yeah, how far you can. No, plain arrow.
Because actually
you have got little scope for the.
Yes, because the coronary is like that, it is diffusely disease.
Okay,
yes, it's fine. Because the coronary is diffusely disease. Okay, that's fine. Simple.
So here also I want to mention that you don't need to give fluoro cine for each of the procedure. Even cine loop, fluoro loop can help to reduce the radiation, because it will be stored as fluoro loop. So always be careful here, as Fazila said that there is a lesion in the distal. I also agreed. So, oh yeah, good thing. Then we said one important issue: how to remove the balloon from the wire. Can you fix it here? Can you fix it here? You know, this is the wire, this is the balloon. My practice is the hold both together with a little gap in between. Then hold the wire and pull the balloon like this. Can I show it again?
Okay, that's fine.
In one breath, you will just pull the wire up to this. You see, wire and balloon. Then there are so many ways, but to me it looks easier. It looks easier, and you can.
Yes, but whatever the way you are doing that, you must be careful about your distality of the wire. You should not remove the wire from the. You should have careful about that, because this is the time the wire can be removed from the coronary tree, and sometimes it could be disaster. You look that he has withdraw the balloon and keeping the wire distality. This is most important part.
Now I will just post dilate with a bigger size balloon, 3.5 approximately. And if you look at the distal LED, I think it's much better in terms of its luminal diameter. And while using the reused balloon, this is the Oxford balloon, as we are using everybody. Go to the highest level, usually 20 atmosphere, to see.
What is the size of the balloon?
This is a 3.5, 15.
Stent is 3.
Because stent is 3 and 30. So I can go ahead. Give me water. So I have checked it. It inflated and deflated well. I'm sure I'll be not in trouble while if I've been in the vessel. After inflation, it will not deflate. Yes, it will deflate. I have tested. Every Oxford thing should be tested before entering guiding catheter outside. Here also just post dilate this distal to proximal. Yeah, I am in the distal. Go. You can go distally up to nominal. Negative.
But definitely beyond the edge, no? You should not go.
Within the stent, not beyond the edge.
Yes, that is very important.
Within
the stent, actually.
Within the stent.
Yes. Whatever.
Proximally at to nominal 10, 15, even 20, no harm. I've gone 12.
Yes. You can go.
There is still remain a small part, negative. Here you can, just for better visualization, you can go to place it with the help of cine. Like you see, I will come a little bit up. Now go.
Yes, you're okay.
And be careful about the proximal or the distal end of the guiding catheter, negative. Here you can take a stent boost. Here we have got vessel vis in this G machine. There is a vessel vis. It can vessel contour. Take a 30-second. I measure it in a way. 30-second frame. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 40-second, it will give 30 square. It needs 30, but I have taken 52. Now you can see. It takes about 30-second to 40-second to progress it.
In the Philips machine, it is very quicker, no?
Philips is quick, but it is. I'm not comfortable with that. Here you see, are you seeing it? Can you show it? This
yes,
monitor. I'll show you.
Fazila.
Yes, please.
Is 10 bush, do you like on the Philips or G? I like Philips. That is more resolution and very quicker. We should not wait for 30 seconds or like that. What do you think about that?
Well, actually, I think the Philips pictures are better, but personally, I like my G machine. I mean, I do more work in the G, that's why. But the pictures in the Philips are great. Yes, I agree.
Okay.
But I work more in the G lab.
So, here you see there is another line for plain water. So, sometimes if the patient having kidney problem, you don't want to give much dye, you can dilute the dye with this saline mixed with.
Okay, now it is 5-7. I think so. We will discuss the kidney in the next day. Momenuzzaman, because we are.
So, we want to see the final one.
We want to see the final one last time.
This is the final one. The LED proximal, I think, match with the proximal one, cranial. I'm removing the wire. So one more shot for cranial.
Okay, I think that this is a good result. Fazila, do you have any final comment? Then Momenuzzaman, then will off the show.
Then
Fazila,
I'll just remove.
So congratulations on a great job, and I'm sure lots of young doctors will be inspired and benefited by this live stream.
Same way, remove the sheath, remove the wire by using exchanger. I have taken the exchange wire. I have taken the exchange wire because I need to.
Case presentation step by step for PCI basics. Really appreciate all of your efforts, sir, and also the expert panelists. And I'm envying our junior fellows, because in our time we have to stand for a long way to see a small picture of how the balloon is going, how the thing is going after getting radiation. Our stand was to press the groin. Now our junior fellows are very lucky. Even they can sit at home and enjoy through YouTube, through different organizations, be it NHF basic course or BAT or BSCI or BCIC. So I think it's a very good thing that our country is flourishing in a positive way in the field of interventional cardiology. And hats off to you all who are arranging these things for the juniors. Thank you, sir.
As I need to work a little more for the right coronary, maybe I'll leave now. Or if you allow me, you can stay with me.
No, we will not allow you, because we have committed to that. We will spend only 1 hour with you. So
thank you.
Now you can have a final comment to the, because you are the operator. You should say something about the expert panel and the participant also.
Yeah, it's an excellent job been done by BIT through Afzalur and Ravin Chakraborty and other. So this is the really good platform for the junior to learn. As Kaiser said, in our time, it was so tough to learn something. I remember for a single ASD case to see in Bombay, I had to flew almost 2,000 kilometers to see that case in Bombay. Now you can see it in near the hospital, and this is the scope actually been done by the development of the technology, development of the all these people who are working for the telecommunication, satellite transmission. This part also they need to work more to refine it to the world-class level. But these are the way they can train themselves. And for the junior, definitely I appreciate this effort been given by BIT to train the juniors for this wonderful procedure to help the cardiac patient in country with our own people. Thank you, Afzalur, again, and all the panelists who spend this middle of their job, because now they are sitting there for since 4 o'clock. Many of the hospitals, they start their job at 4 o'clock, or somebody like Fazila will maybe at the middle or at the latter part of their job. So given time for this BIT program, thank you very once again, and also my colleague and technician and my fellows who are giving me all time mental support for my cases. Otherwise, really it's a real stressful job. So thank you once again.
Okay, thank you very much. Really, thank you, Fazila, because he is so busy and legend lady cardiologist in Bangladesh. But despite that, with the busy schedule, he has made the time and he spent 1 hour. But I was committed to that. I was finished it within 1 hour. That I have to finish because we have to start on time. We have to finish on time. Thank you, Fazila, and it is really honored for us. And thank you, Clarissa. Thank you all the panelists, and thank you the operator Momenuzzaman and the expert team of your team. It is the team effort that you have shown, that you have shown to us. It is really appreciable. And thank you also the United Hospital to giving such kind of the support to you, and also the Medtronic company and all of Beximco Pharma to making and ventilate this webinar to the others. And also the staff of the cath lab. That is most important. Sometimes we ignore it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Now we can come to a conclusion. Thank you very much. Thank you.